Unlike in America, where everything is like new and we don't really have old, cool things to look at, Japan does. So, I'll talk about some castles that were in like the Kansai area, just basically in that circle. It's like the shittiest map ever, by the way. So, this is Shiga. That's where I went, and hopefully you know what Kyoto is. And then I don't think Hikone is there. But that's where I stayed. And then Nagoya is definitely not over here. But
they were just like,
let's
just throw some dots in there. It's an island. We'll get something right.
Like a far apart there. It's like a zoom supposed to be zoomed in on that the right map. Is that that's supposed to be?
Yeah.
A super zoom.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
Anyway, you got the general location of it. So.
Okay, really, nobody cares.
The first one I'm gonna talk about is like. It's the old Nagoya castle. They have like a newer one that's actually intact, but because castles were obviously for times of war to like protect the important people and whatnot, they often got destroyed. And actually, the one in Hikone, which I'll talk about second, is like one of the oldest intact castles in Japan. So, like. You could imagine most castles are up on a mountain because you wouldn't want them anywhere else really, because that wouldn't make sense. So that's like halfway up the mountain, so they can get pretty huge. So basically this castle was completely all destroyed, and there was just like little landmarks around telling you what was there at one time. So this was where they like kept the horses. It's like a cemetery thing. This is where they slaughtered people, and like there's like a hole in the ground where they pooled up their blood, and I'm not kidding. It's pretty cool.
Japan.
This is where the castle was, so that's a castle, people. Right? There's trees there now.
The Hobbit castle?
And then here's the castle wall. That's just all overgrown with weeds. I guess.
House moving castle.
Oh, I got that reference.
That's me at the very top of the mountain. Now, like, they didn't have the castle right at the top, which I don't know why, but yeah. This is Hikone Castle. As you can see, it's much different. It's actually intact. This is from pretty far away. Actually, from my school building, from my classroom, you could actually see the castle, which was pretty cool. So you could see like a castle from like our classroom, which like I don't know. Here you can't even see anything out of our classroom. So.
Like bombs fighting.
People standing in front of no smoking signs, smoking.
That's what you see how I view the campus.
You have under your board.
This is me and a group of my friends. The little mascot there. So basically everything in Japan has a mascot of some sort. This is a super famous one for Hikone. It's called Hikonyan, and yes, that's like nyan, like Nyan cat, because that's meow in Japanese. But he's literally everywhere, not only in Hikone, but in the entire like Shiga region. Like I saw his stuff like in Kyoto and everything, so he's super popular. They had a giant like guy who'd go around, or girl or whatever, who'd go around as Hikonyan, and like it was cute.
Are you sitting on a stool?
Yeah.
And he's not that tall. He's on a stool so people can see him in the picture. So like he coming in.
We couldn't see him. He was covered up by the small cat.
So on the way up to the castle, like this isn't the castle itself, it's like one of the walls around it. So you have to walk quite a ways like around the mountain and up to get to the actual structure. That's me being gangster. I'm one of the castle walls. And then while we were in there, they decided to close it, so we had to like hop the fence out. It's pretty epic. True gangster right there. So they had like a food stand halfway up, and you can see they're selling hot dogs for whatever reason.
Were they good hot dogs?
I didn't have any.
Yeah, the whole time you were in Japan, you had that?
I had one at 7-Eleven and it was good.
Was it better than me?
Was it different?
Really?
It's just a hot dog.
Okay.
It's pretty good though.
Cool.
I
That's
know.
good.
And little animal eyes.
This is the actual castle. Like, it looked really huge from a distance, but you can see it's not that big, really, which was kind of surprising. But it is really sweet looking and in super good condition. There's another picture like, later in the day.
Teddy getting all the pictures with the ladies.
Yep. And here's one like from a different side of it. And then you can also go inside the castle. So like, as you can tell, it's made for short people since like my head like touches the top of the doorway.
Oh, what is this?
Notice that I'm carrying my shoes in a bag because like that's what you do there. Like you're not even supposed to wear your shoes in like a public attraction like a castle because they want to preserve it and not have like your dirty shoes all
Or
over.
dirty feet. Dirty socks.
I guess that's okay.
They have mops.
Well, because you don't put your socks anywhere that's dirty because you don't wear your shoes inside, then
I guess technically if you're old and average, yeah, I guess.
yeah.
Makes sense.
So and you can see how steep the stairs were. Like it was actually really hard to climb them. It was basically a ladder, and like I wonder how many people just like died from climbing up them. Cause like the lady who's like right above me, like she's old, and like you'd think that that wouldn't be easy at all, but apparently they manage.
Well,
Yeah.
they had to save space by making the ladder like the stairs as steep as possible.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like,
Also,
if
be
the
hard to
stairs are like
find
normal
pieces of
size,
rock.
they'd be taking up way too much room. Then it's
Yeah,
right?
true.
The thing is, they don't want people climbing the stairs easily because it's a defensive structure.
Yes.
It's also true, but you'd think it'd be
I
somewhat
didn't think about
easier.
that either. That makes sense.
Plus, they're all samurai. You could just jump.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
They just
leave
jump.
Leave up to the
Yeah.
top of the building anyways.
The stairs are just for show.
They were installed after to.
This is the view from like the top of the mountain that it was on, so you can pretty much see everything around, which of course would be useful for a castle to be able to do.
You can see the baseball field from the
Toilet.
castle.
Even the toilets were pretty awesome, I must say. Yes. So I took a picture of them. And it's a restroom. It actually says toilet on it, so you can't argue with that.
No, I can't. You're right there.
Right.
Facts.
Most castles have like a garden around them as well. I might do another presentation on gardens, but like this is the garden at the Hikone Castle, and it was raining, but it's pretty neat. Other gardens are like really natural kind of, so there's not a lot of flowers or anything. It's just like more landscape. This is Nijojo, which is in Kyoto, and the outside here looks just like Hikone Castle. However, the inside looked way different. It wasn't up on a mountain, which I found strange, because like most of them are. So, and it looked like this. So it doesn't really look like your typical castle. Because it's in Kyoto, and this was like the busiest weekend of the year in Kyoto. There's lots of people. And what I found really cool, like we couldn't take pictures inside, but they had rooms that were like important political meetings and such would take place. And the coolest part was that the floorboards were designed so that when you stepped on them, they would make like whistling sounds, which was supposed to be like a nightingale. So if it was like late at night or whatever, like people would know if like
Keep you
there's an
sneaking up on
intruder.
you.
Yeah.
Ninjas don't make sounds when they step though.
Oh my gosh.
No, the board does it for them.
Yeah, it was for like the Mongolians that just something like translation.
Yeah, because the Mongols were totally in the front.
Yeah, they were
Just
in
making
Japan.
boats.
They were totally
going over
in
to
Japan and not in
Japan.
China.
And not getting washed away by tsunamis.
They were definitely in Japan. Except for Teddy was at the same time.
Teddy was almost killed by Mongols.
Yep. You know it.
Goddamn Mongolians.
This is the garden around Nijojo, so it's really similar to the Hikonejo one, but it's pretty. And like this one had other structures around that weren't conveniently labeled or anything, but like there's different parts of the castle where different things would happen. Like they might, if I had to guess, they might keep like horses or something, at least in part of this, you know. So yeah, that's it.
That was a
That's
good
castle.
presentation.